Well. Once again, we said good evening to you all as we are about to take the final journey in this three-part series of Mother's Day. The three important women who goes through all sorts of atrocity to get a child, to be a mother. We have already gone through Sarah, and we had already gone through Hannah, and it only leaves us now with Rachel to complete this three-part series. Yes, and I'm quite sure who were on earlier today in the early section of Laugh and Learn Sunday morning would have got the full dose of the Hannah story, how Hannah was ridiculed, how she was upset, how she prayed when she could not give birth until her womb opened and she would manage to have Samuel. Yes, all sort of atrocity, all kind of ridicule. So we said to you tonight, every mother, I want you to touch that little area and just bless it right now. Just bless that little area. Don't be afraid of it. It's yours. And I keep telling you, it is something that the Creator has given unto you for His and your purpose, right? So you must complete the end of the bargain. Yes, man, be fruitful and multiply. Utilize it. No make no group, no religion, nobody tells you that you must not use it and replenish the earth. Every single child that you see on the earth, every life comes out of a vagina. So it ought to be speak about, it ought to be blessed. A woman who deserve day, although every day is a mother's day. But we set aside one day to really show our appreciation for life that you would have brought on this world, on this land, right? Some of you go through hard times to bring that life. Some of you go through life and death. Some of you die in childbirth, right? So you need to be honored. And like we said before, the three that Hannah, Sarah, and Rachel goes through hard time. There could be more, but we are looking at these three. The final one we are at tonight will take us out of the Mother's Day celebration is Rachel, right? And how she was ridiculed, how she has to swap her husband, a mandrake, and at the end, what was the end product with all of those atrocities? There comes Joseph, the powerful king of Israel, right? So, and from Hannah's experience, what do you get at the end product? The first king of Israel, Samuel, the first prophet, Samuel, right? That's a powerful prophet of Israel, Samuel. Yes, and from Sarah's experience, what did Sarah get? Oh, Isaac. Right? So I'm saying to you, sisters, if you go and you do your text and your sex and you don't and you know whole, don't give up. The only time you lost is when you quit. As long as you stay in the game, you can guarantee that there's a chance for you to win. You don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. If you're not having sex, you can't have no bikini. Same so it go. All right, we're gonna look now at Genesis 29, and we are gonna look at how Rachel story, what she has gone through to bring forth the 12 tribe of Israel. And Buju Banton would say it's not an easy road. Let us started to look how Rachel's road started. Right? We're going to take it from here. Jacob continued on his way and went toward the land of the east. Suddenly he came upon a well out into the fields with 3 flocks of sheep lying around it. The flocks were watered from this well, which had a large stone over the opening. Whenever all the flocks came together there, the shepherd would roll the stone back and water them. Then they would put the stone back in place. Jacob asked the shepherd, "My friend, where are you from?" "From Haran," they answered. He asked, "Do you know Laban, grandson of Nahor?" "Yes, we do," they answered. "Is he well?" he asked. "He is well," they answered. "Look, here comes his daughter Rachel." This is where it all begins, with his flock. Here comes the super girl. Yes. As they speak of her, she arrived. Jacob said, "Since it's still broad daylight and not yet time to bring the flocks in, why don't you water them and take them back to the pasture?" They answered, "We can't do that until all the flocks are here and the stones have been rolled back. Then we will water the flocks." While Jacob was still talking with them, Rachel arrived with the flock. When Jacob saw Rachel with his uncle Laban's flock, he went to the well, rolled the stone back, and watered the sheep. Then he kissed her and began to cry for joy. He told her, "I am your father's relative, the son of Rebekah." She ran to tell her father, and when she heard the news about his nephew Jacob, he ran to meet him, hugged him, and kissed him, and brought him into the house. When Jacob told Laban everything that had happened, Laban said, "Yes, indeed, you are my own flesh and blood." Jacob stayed there a whole month. Good. This is how it all begins, right? Laban said to Jacob, "You shouldn't work for me for nothing just because you are my relative. How much pay do you want?" Laban has 2 daughters. The older one was named Leah and the younger Rachel. Leah had lovely eyes, but Rachel was shapely and beautiful. Jacob was in love with Rachel, so he said, "I will work 7 years for you if you will let me marry Rachel." Yes, to see how the boy loved the girl. 7 years. Laban answered, "I would rather give her to you than to anyone else. Stay here with me." Jacob worked 7 years. so that he could have Rachel, and the time seems like only a few days to him because he was in love with her. Then Jacob said to Laban, "The time is up. 7 years have passed. Let me marry your daughter." So Laban gave a wedding feast and invited everyone. But that night, instead of Rachel, he took Leah to Jacob, and Jacob had intercourse with her. Laban gave his slave woman Zilpah to his daughter Leah as her maid. Not until the next morning did Jacob discover that it was Leah. He went to Laban and said, "Why did you do this to me? I worked to get Rachel. Why have you tricked me?" Laban answered, It is not the custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older. Wait until the week marriage celebrations are over, and I will give you Rachel if you will work for me another 7 years. Laban was very crafty, right? Right? Jacob agreed, and when the weeks of marriage celebration was over, Laban gave him his daughter Rachel as his wife. Laban gave his slave woman Bilhah to his daughter Rachel as her maid. Jacob had intercourse with Rachel blank, and he loved her more than Leah. Then he worked for Laban another 7 years. Blank of fire. When the Lord saw that Leah was loved less than Rachel, he made it possible for her to have children. That's Leah. But Rachel remained childless. Glory be to God. Leah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She said, "The Lord has seen my trouble, and now my husband will love me." So he named him Reuben. She became pregnant again and gave birth to another son. And she said, "The Lord has given me this son also, because he heard that I was not loved." So she named him Simeon. Once again, she became pregnant. This is Leah, no Rachel. Rachel did they burn with desire, will want to pick me, right? Right? Once again, she became pregnant and gave birth to another son. She said, "Now my husband will be bound more tightly to me, because I have borne him 3 sons." So she named him Levi. Then she became pregnant again and gave birth to another son. She said, "This time I will praise the Lord." So she named him Judah. Then she stopped having children. Yes. We go over now to chapter 30. But Rachel had not borne Jacob any children. And so she became jealous of her sister and said to Jacob, "Give me children or I will die. Breed me, or else I will die." Jacob became angry with Rachel and said, "I can't take the place of God. He is the one who keeps you from having children." She said, "Here is my slave." Remember, Abraham has done the same thing. Sarah has done the same thing. And here is Jacob now faced with the same situation. She said, "Here is my slave Bilhah." sleep with her. The word sleep means have sex with her, right? So that she can have a child for me. That not gonna make sense. That not going to make sense one bit, right? Because to be a mother, you have to give birth. So Bilhah is going to be the mother, right? Not Rachel, right? So she gave Bilhah to her husband, and he had intercourse with her. Bilhah became pregnant and bore Jacob a son. Rachel said, God has judged in my favor. He has heard my prayer and has given me a son. No, Rachel is not your son. It's Bilhah's son, right? Your maid. So she named him Dan. Bilhah became pregnant again and bore Jacob a second son. Mighty God. So if I'm counting right now, a 5 that, and Rachel still not get none yet, right? Rachel said, I have fought a hard fight with my sister, but I have won. So she named him Naphtali. And now for your picking it, Rachel, and now you give birth, you only gave authority, right? Right. When Leah realized that she had stopped having children, she gave her as her slave Zilpah to Jacob as his wife. Now this is Leah, bag tied up now, and the competition had. So the other maid were given to the breeder Jacob. Yeah, right. Then Zilpah bore Jacob a son. Leah said, I have been lucky. So she named him Gad. Zilpah bore Jacob another son. And Leah said, how happy I am. Now woman will call me happy. So she named him Asher. Remember, Rachel is still blank, without a son or a daughter, right? But Rachel never give up on sex, never give up on her husband, right? Rachel never turned to dildos. Rachel never cursed her womb, right? During the wheat harvest, Reuben went into the fields and found mandrakes, which he brought to his mother Leah. Rachel said to Leah, please give me some of your son's mandrake. Leah answered, isn't it enough that you have taken away my husband? Now you are even trying to take away my son's mandrakes? Rachel said, if you will give me your son mandrakes, you can sleep with Jacob tonight. How desperate Rachel was. So he swapped her husband for the mandrake, right? Yes, she swapped her husband for the mandrake to see how important the mandrake is. Let us see how important the mandrake was. When Jacob came in from the fields in the evening, Leah went out to meet him and said, you are going to sleep with me tonight, because I have paid for you with my son's mandrake. So he had intercourse with her that night. God answered Leah's prayer, and she became pregnant and bore Jacob a fifth son. Mighty God, Leah and Rachel still blank. Leah said, God has given me my reward, because I gave my slave to my husband. So she named her son Issachar. Leah became pregnant again and bore Jacob a sixth son. She said, God has given me a fine gift. Now my husband will accept me because I have borne him 6 sons. So she named him Zebulun. Later, she bore a daughter whom she named Dinah. Then God remembered Rachel. Glory. Then God remembered Rachel. He answered her prayer and made it possible for her to have children. You see the long road, the long wait, the ridicule. Now, Rachel did not turn to dildos or turn to any other alternative, right? She wait and wait and wait until her time come. What will be the end product? She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She said, God has taken away my disgrace by giving me a son. May the Lord give me another son. So she named him Joseph. So we all know who Joseph was. We all know who Isaac was. And we all know whom Samuel was. And all three mothers had gone through this process of couldn't get pregnant, has to work hard to get pregnant to become a mother, right? And look at the end product when they do get pregnant: Joseph, Samuel, and Isaac. When they do get pregnant, right? After that hard struggle of texting, sexing, but not breathing, right? Until look out of that what you call patient, the powerhouses came, right? So my dear, today is Mother's Day. Mother's Day already gone, so it is the night. If you have been texting and sexing and not breathing, don't give up. I ask you to stop drink that wine right now. Stop nyam the chicken right now. Call your husband in your bed. And you both started to have sex now. Now. And get the result. Next year, Mother's Day, you can be at the front of the line celebrating your Mother's Day. The only way, unless you don't have sex. You don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. Sex is the ticket to a child. Right? Sex is the gateway to a child. For you to become some mother. Right now. Pray like Hannah. Pray like Rachel. Pray like Sarah. Don't give up. Don't curse man. Continue to have sex. Happy Mother's Day to also, that would have concluded the 3 women that was so difficult to be impregnated, and when they do, they come out with people of substance. Do you want substance? in your life. Just have some tolerance, some patience, and do wait. What says you? Let me hear something from you. Agree or not, or you don't agree with me, want to have a chat on the matter, you are free to do so, taking us up until midnight, when we said, okay, Mother's Day is over for this year. Now some look at it as a pagan celebration, right? Some people look at it at, no matter sense, it's just another merchant thing. Well, of course, but all things work together for good, right? Look what you have learned so far today, Mother's Day. You have learned so much that you did not know. It's not all about the accolades that shower down on you, but it's also the education, what you have learned, what you didn't know, right? And so many of you are so young that the scriptures that I just read is the first you are hearing them, right? I know you never heard of them before, and you are acquiring to be mother, right? And some people would have said, my mother used to tell me this, said the pig asked his mother, make your mouth long so. And the mother would in return answer the pig and said, yeah, come you will see, your mouth have a long just like for me too. Right? Right? Yeah, come you will see. So a lot of you out there, young people, you do not even know the ridicule you are going to go through. You check say everybody as them touch your pump, so yes, baby, come. That's how you like it. Some of you have to feel some pain as con to the child that you're gonna bring, right? Some of you have to wait and wait at the gate. You understand? So I don't know, willy-nilly thing. So it is teaching you your patience, right? Right? You must be patient, right? It's not a willy-nilly thing, right? No, not at all. Never you ever thought that things just go happen so, right? Remember, I said this before and I've been saying it from last night. Even if this story or fictitious story, what you cannot take away from it is the manifestation that you would have been seen in a real life. You have come across a woman who well want a baby and cannot have one, right? You have come across that. So whether someone is named Rachel or she named Joan or she named Kedisha or what, this story in the Bible, we have seen it in real life out here, right? Yes, like we have seen Judas. We have seen Judas in its real life out here. We have seen, yes, we have seen Satan in its real life out here. Yes, we have seen good man, which they would consider to be God. So we have seen it. So not that we would have fostered our belief, everything that we see in this book, right? No, I personally don't. But the one that I have seen the manifest to me, I will speak of them, because I can tell you, said, yes, I've seen it happen down there, but don't come tell me, say, the donkey talk, because I never sees that, right? And many other things that I would have learned in the Bible that I have never seen. So I ain't gonna go preaching and teaching anybody about things that I have never seen, but I can teach you about patience, right? Wait until your time, because I have seen it in a real life. Right? I have seen it in real life. Okay, you can send your requests. Anybody wants to join in the conversation, you are free to do so. Right? If we have now completed the 3-part series, so whatever on your mind, we can finish out the Mother's Day, but one thing we must give the mothers their big ups for continuing life, because each life that they give birth to is a replacement of a life that would have lost. So they are doing a great deal, right? And they ought to be respected for that. Please respect the mothers, whether it's a European thing or an African thing or a merchant thing. Let's put all those aside and respect the mothers, those that give birth, those that continue in life on earth. Let's do that. Yes, let's make sure that everything is right as we celebrated, as we are on the final leg of Mother's Night tonight. That, as we said, for the mothers, for what they have. Concrete Jungle says so. City mothers them. 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 Give birth. Give birth. Give birth. Give birth. Pick up all of the mothers. If you know you're a mother, touch that boom boom right now. Let me see you make a dance. Give birth, give birth. See the girl there. Give birth, give birth. On the earth, in the earth, give birth in the earth. Let out the baby. Hey! Don't matter your age. When you lose is when you quit. When you quit is when you lose. As long as there's life, there's hope. No matter how long it takes. For all the mothers, bust a dance. Let me see you do it. And we said from the top, we take this one. It is all about Mother's Night. You have already have the turkey and the ham. It's spinning time. You have already have the white wine. It's time to grind. Some say go, some say free time. dance around and round. Move to your body when you hear this sound. Yes, to your foot them firm on the ground. Rotate to your body, round and round. Some say Gaza, some say Gully. Some say the kill time, man say the it. Some say Gaza, some say Gully. Some say run it, I man say the it. Have a question for it. You have a question for it. Have a question for it. And you know me not quit. Spinning it, spinning it, spinning it, spinning it. Spinning it, 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 spinning it. I love to see the girl them spin on it, spin on it. I love to see the girl them spin on it, spin on it. I love to see the girl them spin on it, spin on it. I love to see the girl them spin on it, spin on it. Yes, I love to see the mothers. I love to see their end product, which is a child after they give birth.
I'm so
And we from the other day, I'm talk about one drop. This is Touch Because which is brand new dance called the Georgia. Are you ready? How you man? I am the one drop king. I got the join of the queen them sing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Every man to a woman, every woman to a man. If we do this and dance, so we call Georgia. Georgia. Yes, this one is entitled Joy Drops. But what is Joy Drops? Joy Drops is the drops of semen that fertile the eggs. What is lelelele? The joy when you found out that you becomes pregnant and are about to give birth to a child. You are no longer being ridiculed by the society. You're a mule, you're this, you're skull belly, and every woman after finding out that they are pregnant, the joy comes along. Now, the difference the difference between pleasure and joy. Sex is for pleasure and it's also for joy. But joy is the one that comes last. Pleasure always comes before. The joy is when you have the life that is the end product. Joy to the world. The child is born, and when you look, there is no deformity. The doctors are reporting that all is well, healthy and nice. That joy comes around. But that joy have to start somewhere. And where did it start? The semen that leaves my back. Right? So it's a process. And when you have seen the process, now with the end product, you said, that joy, that happiness. Come on, Taichikas, tell them about the joy drops. This is Taichikas, which is brand new dance called the joy drops. Are you ready? How are you, man? I am the one drop king. I got the joy of the queen them sing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Mother's Day night. Come on, drop some joy. See him so. See him so. See him so. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. What am I? I drop a joy in a day. I make the queen them. Hold up, sing. What a joy to bring a child on the land. Now get your picnic them back way. A whiny teen. What a joy, what a joy, what a joy. What a joy, what a joy, what a joy. Me pick me a man, a fimmy, and a jacket, a fimmy. Come on, mothers, I want to see you doing it. Come on, mothers, tonight. So what? The sperm. The sperm. Sweet drops. Sweetie. You're so happy tonight. You're a mother. Nobody can call you a skull belly. Nobody can call you a mule. Oh, how joyful you are tonight. See me Sunday, see me daughter there. You know, that joy that comes over you to know that you give birth. Right? Right? Now, just put yourself into the other foot of shoes now, where another individual your age, right, does give birth to a child. And just Delroy Wilson said, put yourself in my place only for a day. So just only for a short while, just consider yourself childless, right? Consider yourself the ridicule that you have to go through, the things that are said about you, right? So you have no joy, because that drop of joy, that semen, that sperm did not drop into you when you, although all you got to do is to set your bucket. If you don't set your bucket, it cannot be filled with that ointment of joy to fertilize the eggs to bring that child on the land, right? It's a process that you have to go through. And when you realize that that drop of joy fertile the eggs, oh, what a happy time you are having. Song written by none other than Reginald Samuel Taichikos Ukumati. Come on now. We wrote intelligent song. Our song has to be intelligent. I am the one drop king. I make the kingdom jump and sing. Whoa! To a woman, every woman to a man, we could do this a dance what we call joy drop. 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 How you mean? Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. And when the feet say me pull it, never pull it. And when the feet say me pull it, never pull it. And when the feet say me pull it, never pull it. I am the one drop king. I drop the joint of the queen them thing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. be my guest. Be my guest. That you be my guest. I am the one dropped in. Deep song. Deep song. It's not that the sort of a song that you will hear it playing and you don't meditate to get the fullness of it. You have to go into deep meditation as the Bob Marley songs them. It's not the simple lines. The words may sound simply, but how they are put together and their meaning. Right? It started every man to a woman and a woman to a man. Every man to a woman and a woman to a man. LGBTQ, you won't agree. Right? Because a man to a man cannot bring the joy drops, and a woman to a woman cannot bring that joy drops. Right? The drops of joy. Right? It can bring a drops of satisfaction, but not a drops of joy. Because the joy is in the end product when you see the child, right? Right? When you have seen the joy of life that you participate in to bring that child on earth. That's where the joy comes in it. You'll be pleasured, yes, by your sexual behavior, but you won't get that joy. And each drop of semen, tish, is the drops of joy. And that is what I am singing about in this song, right? The semen that leaves your back, joy drops. And so you just think about it, how it pump it, and sometimes when it stings the lady, you say, you know, when it connects, that drops of joy. That's what that song is about. Every man to a woman, every woman to a man. We could do this a dance what we call joy drops. Then you ask how you do it. Then I said, just set it like a bucket, make me full it. No, you have to set yourself in a sexual position, right? Right? It is no different from said, come over here and let me take off your clothes. Alright? Or it is no different of Vybz Kartel. Set yourself in the upright position, right? It is no different. Set it like a bucket, make me full it. Just set it like a bucket, make me full it. And when me feel say me pull it, me pull it. Alright? When me feel say me full it, me pull it. Because who am I? I am the man. I am the one drop king. So I'm dropping some joy into you, the queen. I make the queen them jump and sing. The king is dropping joy into the queen, right? And this is Mother's Day night, and queen, make some joy drop into your vicinity tonight, right? If you want to be a mother, right? I make the queen them jump and sing. And how do they sing? Le 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 le. So how you do it now? Now sex is a timely thing. First, you gotta find the woman's groove, and the woman gonna find your groove, right? And you're gonna rotate in unison, right? You find the woman's groove, the woman find your groove, and both of you make the move at the same time. Rotation. On you don't go faster than her, she don't go faster than you. Both of you must on time, right? Right? Both of you must on time. What's the other line? How you do it? They said like a bucket, make me full it. And then it said, just move to the drum and the bass. And the other line is, and look in your partner's face. No, and behind her you go. It's positive and positive. So when the belly touch the belly and the breast touch the chest, right? The navel touch the navel, the vagina touch the penis, all connect up in a positive way, right? Right? And looking at your partner's face, listen to the drum, listen to the bass, and look in at your partner's face and move as God, right? Right? That's all the song is saying. The joy, yeah, at the end of it, when you ejaculate now, that joy, come on, it's Mother's Day night, right? A lot of you just do not know the essence of sex because you would have learned sex. Turn back with girl, turn back with room ram, right? And you are satisfied with that. Yes, you can be impregnated that way, yes, but you don't get that flavor, that joy from sex, right? It's Mother's Day night, and so we are giving you some joy, drops of joy, even though you may not get the actual joy drops, but by the words of my mouth and the meditation of your heart. Now you're gonna imagine someone dropping some joy between your legs right now. Take some joy. You never read it. Yes, who am I? I drop the joy in the queen them sing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. No man a man round here. If you notice the line, every man to a woman and every woman to a man. We did not say every man to a man and every woman to a woman. That cannot bring about the drops of joy that will fertile the eggs for the replenishment of earth, of life on earth. Any other way of that's waste of time. What we say? Every man to a woman and every woman to a man. This is Fletcher because we should brand new dance called the Georgia. Are you ready? Oh, yeah, man. I am the one drop king. I drop the joy in the queen them sing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Wanna be a mother? 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 Take your joy, 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 take your joy. Who am I? Me. Take your joy. Take your joy, take your joy, take your joy. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. No back way thing round here. No man a man round here. No woman and woman round here. Must the king and the queen, take it drop. Must the king and the queen, take it drop. Must the king and the queen, take it drop. Must the king and the queen, take it drop. Take it drop, 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 take it drop. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. Take it drop, take it drop, take it drop, take it drop. Drops of joy. How we position? So you learn what is joy drops. Joy drops is a moment of good sex. And when you get that joy, that moment of good sex, and it brings you joy, the end product will be your baby girl or your baby boy. That is joy drops, right? Right? And how you do it? Just set yourself in a sexual position. Cartel says, set yourself in the upright position, right? So whether you want to do the helicopter crash landing, you want to do it the missionary, you want the lizard lap, you want the tabletop, you want the womb turner, right? It's Mother's Day, man. It's Mother's Day night. You can start prepare for next year Mother's Day, right? You can by accepting some joy drops in your vicinity tonight, right? Drop it in tonight and sing le 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 le. Call the king, call the one drop king. Every seaman leave the back is a one drop of life. One drop of life. So that's how intellectual this song is, right? But guess what? It gets little or no airplay because this is not the way that people go about sex. Turn back way, girl. Turn back way. Room ram. Every kill you, girl. Go in at the house stop and jump down in it. Brum. No joy in that. That's destruction, right? Whenever time a woman entrusts a man in her vagina, the first thing the man must do is to make a signature in her by signing in the vagina with the letter O. So you're going to start on one corner of the vagina and use the penis to go right around till it make a O, like the lights that I have in front of me. It's when you sign into the vagina. That's what pleasured the female. It's not when you're ramming one horizontal vengeance slam. That is from Bakramasa. Been ramming your poor parents with vengeance because they did not like them, right? They only love to ease their body, free themselves with them, so they demand sex from them and ram them back where they didn't want to look in their eyes because they didn't want, there was no emotions there, right? And that is what you call daggering today, right? Accept the Bakramasa slam, vengeance slam. That's no romance. Right? Romance, you go around and you make a O in the vagina. Sign in with a O, right? In the vagina before you ejaculate and give the woman some joy. Well, I can tell you, when you make the O, the woman go, ouch! 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 Come on, it's Mother's Day night. Party time with Ty Chicos, come on. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. And when the feet say me pull it, never pull it. Then I must. And when the feet say me pull it, then I must. And when the feet say me pull it, Then I must read it.
I am the one drop king. I drop the joint of the queen them thing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump.
How she sing? It's sweetie. It's nicey. It makes me feel good.
To the drum and the bass, and looking at your partner's face. Rock for your body in time, and listen to the sweet bass line.
Go on now. Make it oh, make it oh, make it oh. Make it oh, make it oh, make it oh. Make it oh, make it oh, make it oh. Inna it, inna it, inna it. Make it oh, make it oh, make it oh. Make it oh, make it oh, make it oh. Make it oh, make it oh, make it oh. Make it oh, make it oh, inna it.
Just set it like a bucket, let me pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let me pull it. And when the beats on the bullet, never pull it. Everyone must learn about the thing one drop. As Adam drop the drop in a Eve drop shot. And from that drop generation gap. Cain and Abel, Abraham and Lot. Shine and got it and their wife with the drop. Listen like she goes with the one drop back. That's the white and the black, them a do the joy drop. Town and the country, them a do the joy drop. Joy drop, joy drop, joy drop. Sweet drop, joy drop.
Let me repeat that verse for you. Everyone must know, everyone must learn about the thing one drop. Why? Because as according to the Bible, Adam dropped the drop in a Eve Dutch pot, and from that drop, the generation gap. What is the generation gap? The earth. When the earth was created, it was void. There was no life. And the drop of sperm, one drop of sperm, started to germinate. Right? So we said Adam dropped the drop in an Eve Dutch pot, and from that dropped the generation gap. Let me take you a little further into that. If you listen to Bob Marley, one drop. I feel it in the one drop. The very next word is the generation gap. Who are the generation? The people. Right? So there was a void. There was a gap. Right? Between everything else were here. The trees, the birds, the animals. But there was no human being. Right? So that generation gap, right, been filled, right? The generation gap, right? That one drop of sperm, right, started to fill the generation. And from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to millions, right? And even as I speak, someone is dropping some sperm right now. Adam is dropping some sperm into a Eve right now. Drop it, my boy. Drop it. Don't waste it. Drop it. Because remember, Una has come to the Bible. Una drop it a ground and God kill him. It must drop into the bucket. So you're going to set it like a bucket. And let me full it. Make sure so the bucket not leak, When me drop my drop of joy.
Never talk about one drop. This is Patrick Construction, brand new dance called the Joy Drop. Are you ready? Hold your man.
Hold me.
I am the one drop king. I drop the joy of the queen them thing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Every man to a woman, every woman to a man. If we do this, a dance what we call joy drop. Joy drop, 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 joy drop. How you do? Just set it like a bucket, let me pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let me pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let me pull it. And when the beats and me pull it, never pull it. And when the beats and me pull it, never pull it. And when the beats and me pull it, never pull it. I am the one drop king. I drop the joint of the queen them thing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Just move to the drum and the bass, and looking at your
evacuating around here.
And listen to the sweet bass line.
Inna it, 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 inna it. Make a O, inna it. Make it 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 O, sign in, inna it. Sign in, inna it. Sign in, inna it. Make it O, inna it. Make it O, make it. Make it O, inna it.
That you be my guest, be my guest, that you be my guest. I am the one dropped in. I don't think that they're back with.
Not at all. Not at all. Reggae don't dance back way. Reggae don't dance back way. So you got to know the difference between gay and reggae. Gay and reggae. Nah. With her eyes in my eyes and her breast in my chest. With her eyes in my eyes and her breast in my chest. Show me the girl with her breast behind her. Right? Show me the girl with her eyes behind her. Right? With her eyes in my eyes and her breast in my chest. Girl, let me say, touch you are the best. Be my guest, touch, be my guest. You know? Make it all in it. Make it all in it. Yeah. Just kiss me on the lips. Make it all in it. Kiss me on the lips. Make it all in it. Can you kiss the lips when you there behind her? Show me the woman with her lips and her neck back, my man. What you doing? Yeah? What are you doing? So we talking about reggae and not gay. Now reggae don't dance back way. Anything you want to do with gay, you can do with gay. But reggae don't dance back way. Right? Reggae is a spiritual alkaline movements, right? That connects your spirit with others, right? Reggae is a spiritual movement. That's why Japan, France, now taking reggae for themselves, because the spirituality in the song that give them a good vibration. You hear how George drops, you hear that vibration that George have. You hear that vibration that spinning it up. You know, that anytime you hear them, you want to dance. You know, the drum, the bass. You know, you want to dance, and also want to sex, right? Because it is a romantic. It's not a vengeance song. Yeah, boom. The boy over there so it. Hey, America jump over the fence. Boom. And take his 3 points. Boom. That's vengeance. No romance. Right? But her eyes in my eyes and her breast in my chest. And that's romance. That's romance. Right? That's not vengeance. So reggae is all about romance, to put you into a romantic mood. Right? it gets you into that groove. And as I said before, in dancing or sexing or mating, the man must not going faster than the woman, and the woman must not going faster than the man. Both of them must making the move in the groove and getting the chemistry of their one another. Right? If that is not there, then to hell with you. If you cannot wait until I go around and come around and I dip and I fall back, right? To hell with you when you did a shake down the place like an earthquake, whoom, 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 right? 99 times faster than how me I go. Sex cannot nice like that, right? It's Mother's Day night, learn how to sex. Sex is not put it in, take it out, give me money. Put it in, take it out, give me money. It doesn't matter. You just want to know, say, him put it in and him put it in where money there. Where something, right? You no matter if it makes you feel good or not, because the sex is not going to make you feel good. It's the money that you're going to get in the palm of your hands, right? That is what's going to make you feel good. It's not the sex that you're getting. It's not the intercourse you're doing it for. So you don't care a damn whether a man can do it or not, can satisfy you or not. You only want him to enter. Once he enter, or not even enter now, once he takes your time, right? Once he takes your time, you bargain with him, and to reach on the spot, you have to pay her, right? Once you travel from Montego Bay, come with me, you have to pay me. Once you put it in, you have to pay me. Right? That's not sex. That's not sex. That's commercialization of sex. Right? Now you want the real deal. The sex that don't contains money. The sex that only contains that joy. The purpose of you having that sex, you want to be a mother, right? You want to start it to replenish earth. You want to start it to put back the life that has gone. Do you replacing them like the stars in the sky, right? Because every stars in the sky represent a life on earth. So when you see the star fall out of the sky, one life goes down. You should be busy putting in heat mark right now. Let me see who now gonna right now remove it. That nice little silky underwear and is about to implant a seed, right, to replace back that life on earth, and is about to give a woman some joy, drop some joy in her. Every man to a woman and every woman to a man. Come on now. Come on now. Come on.
Are you ready? Oh, you man. I am the one drop king. I drop the joint of the queen them sing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Every man to a woman, every woman to a man. If we do this a dance, what we call joy drop. Georgia, 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 Georgia. How you do? Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it.
Sierra get that drop. Hannah get that drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop.
I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing.
Hannah get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Come on, come on. That drop, that drop, that drop. That drop, that drop, that drop. Make a all in it. 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 Get it drop, get it drop, get it drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Yes, get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Rachel get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hannah get the drop. Sarah get the drop. Hey! I will remain. Some people want to be the king of dancehall. Some people want to be the king of their country. I want to remain the one drop king that drop the joys in the Queen's vicinity. I want to remain with that title, the one drop king. While you want to be dancehall king, while you want to be the king of the land, I want to be the one drop, that individual, that drop, that one drop of sperm and in the Queen thing, and I just love to hear when the Queen is saying le 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 le. Yes, I don't love to hear when the Queen upon no, that's vengeance, that's sadness, that's not gladness. Come on, man, come on, treat the woman a little better than that. Because you love to hear they bawled out that one in St. Thomas used machete to chop it out. You know, those type of vengeance they're declaring, right? And no romance, right? Romance seems to gone through the window and vengeance taking over. Room ram, boof bop, hey girl, take that, hey, you take me house ram. You take me car, ram. You take me money, ram. You take me car, ram. You take me money, ram. Hey, daddy girl, come make me kill your girl. Yeah. No, man, that's vengeance. Girls, please stop accept that. Stop accept that. If you're in, it was pleasing the other day. I'm into a taxi and saw the taxi driver making all kind of bad drive. And I heard the lady and said, driver, don't drive me like that. It's my life. So it's the same thing I want you to tell these vengeance Bakramasa who are give you this vengeance slam. Say, Tappy, it's my hole you're in. Right? Stand some authority. Put some authority on yourself, man, and some value on yourself. Come out of it if I say you go angle it. Right? Remember, I'm prone to cervical cancer. Remember. Right? I know a lot of you don't like when I speak like this, but who cares? Who cares? A lot of you are just pretty dunce. You do not know what to accept from what not to. Tell the man, say you want romance, you don't want no vengeance. Come out and make whole with your vengeance. Right? Give me some romance. Demand romance. Right? Yes. Demands romance. And say that you heard this on Mother's Day night. It is a special feature for Mother's Day, for the mothers, the young one who aspiring to be a mother tomorrow. You don't have to accept these vengeance from what they have to offer. A lot of them are sexual dunce, right? Dunce. They do not know the agonizing sound from a pleasure sound. So, tell your mama, tell your papa, tell your auntie, tell your niece, tell your friend that Tychicus is on his live. And he's about to share the difference between agonizing sound and a pleasure sound. When a woman has been agonized by a man about he's having sex, the sound that the woman gives is this. Why? That's an agonizing sound. You're killing the woman, young man. Right? You must know when to stop. Right? You're killing the woman. Right? The money that you're going to give that woman, she's going to have to spend it right at the front desk of the gynecologist after you're done with her. She may not come back and tell you. She may have to go and look the money from another man to see the gynecologist. Right? And ladies, you sit there and accept those things. I bet you one of you give me a likes by telling you this. I bet you one of you don't put a likes on this video, on dislikes right now. And you know say true. Because you don't like the truth. You don't like the truth. You don't like murder. You say, oh quick. You say, oh quick. You send the video of the Clarendon man where I told murder, and maybe tell you when you not act. No, in a sensible way. When the man dead, you bring out all in good things. Right? A death, you honor. You don't honor life. A death to a back way, you don't think. Right? A back way, you don't think. Back way thinkers. Right? Yeah. Not honoring life, but honor the dead. You see all of the nice things now started to come out about the young man who knows that he was married and living such luxurious life. All we know when he got sick, right, and is about to commit himself, right? That is what the media highlight. The smooth, good part of the man never been highlighted. I see him so. Uno see and hear the manifestation of the truth, and uno that never tap the screen and get a likes. But if I were saying, ram the girl in her hole and kill her, 90 stabbed, ram. The amount of red would you see would be going up. Ram her, kill her. Yes. Those you like. Those you like. Ain't it? Hey, I'm not for sorrows. I'm the happiest man on planet Earth. I am for joy. That's why I give you joy drums. Come on. One more joy in the summer night.
I am the one drop king. I drop a joy in the queen them sing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Every man to a woman, every woman to a man. If we do this a dance, what we call joy drop. How you do? Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. Just set it like a bucket, let it pull it. And when we feel some, we pull it, never pull it. And when we feel some, we pull it, never pull it. And when we feel some, we pull it, never pull it. join of the queen them thing. I am the one drop king. I make the queen them jump and sing. Just move to the drum on the bass and looking at your partner's face. Rock for your body in time and listen to the sweet bass line. Everyone must learn, but the thing one drop, cause Adam drop the drops in a Eve does rock, and from that drop generation gap. Hand on the table, Abraham and love. Shine hand, drop it on your wife with a slap. Listen that she boss with the one drop back. That's the white and the black, them a do the joy drop. Town and the country, them a do the joy drop. Sweet drops, joy drops, joy drops, joy drops, joy drops, joy drops. Watch the uptown girls, them a do the joy drops, and the downtown king, them a do the joy drops. So the man and the woman, them a do the joy drops, 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 joy drops. With the eyes in my eyes and the breast in my chest, the girl them a shout like you are the best. Be my guest, that you be my guest. Be my guest, that you be my guest. I am the one drop king. I don't think that they're back waiting.
I hear somebody said, I did not know he was an artist. I saw him all the while downtown, winding up himself and selling the liquor. Some of them don't even know their name. The liquor scenting them. Their name laminated plaques. Right? Right? Me never know him as singer. I am jack of all trade and master of versatility. I only master versatility. When I leave school, I could not read and write. No, I could not read and write. My first job as a real job as a security officer, it's not that because I passed the test, it's because I was passing the place and then did one man. It's not that I passed the test, but I was passing the security company and then did one man. Right? That's how me get my first job that I have to sign for. Right? I won't name the security company, right? But a well-known security company. Right? Right? So I got my first job because the company did want a job, did want men. In those days, young men never want to work, right? So there was lots of vacancy for the growing security industry, right? And I slipped into the company, can't read, can't write. If you ask me to sign my name, I could have signed it, but can't read without understanding. And guess what? I stayed on the job and learned to read. And how do I learn to read on the job? I started to work at some places that on Sundays, and me alone did it. And when the Gleaner man or the Star man, they have another newspaper named Chat, or any one of them, drop them up here, I take time out to learn by myself, breaking up words in syllables until I can pronounce them. And the job, I learned to read and write. Right? I was forced to write because we have to log in people, right? At some location. And that's where I learned to read with my little blue Bible in my back pocket. Yeah. That's how I learned to read and write. Then I started to work at places like bank. Just at the time when it used to be the Blue Seam Police. Probably you are so young you don't know what I'm talking about. Used to be who used to stood guard in the bank, and they changed out now, and the private security takes over. And I were one of them who used to be working in the bank, right? Now I can do better with reading, right? Until I found myself at CPCT, right, doing my voice and speech for radio, right? Didn't have any subject, but because of my performance, my fluency, and all of that eloquency, right, I given a reprieve to do the course without the subjects, right? Right? But if I don't tell you these things, you don't know, because I'm not a bragger. I want you to stay there in your own faculties and imagine whom I am. Right? Right? So, with the help of the universe, I did not go to the university. I learned in the universe. I learned all of what you hear coming out, not at the university. So I won't be able to present it to you a PhD, but you can hear my intelligence that doesn't sign off on paper. You're not going to find my intelligence on paper because I don't have papercation. I have education. My brightness is not on paper. My brightness is in front of you right now. Georgios, Georgios, Georgios. When I look at life and I look at sex, I see that there couldn't be a Mother's Day without sex. Oh, glory. If you're going to tell me about Jesus, the Bible said Joseph never had sex with Mary, but Mary has to bring Jesus through her vagina. Right? So that alone is important enough for you to pay homage to the vagina and respect the females. The power of the vagina. I didn't learn those at any university. I learned them in the universe of life. Yeah. From a security guard, from a bus conductor to a security guard to an entertainer. I will go again. From a bus conductor, a security guard, well, let me say construction worker, then bus conductor, security guard, entertainer. Also preach, also teach, I also discern. Didn't go to the university. Right? I always in the universe. Yeah. always in the universe. So I allow people to have their own perception of me. I'm telling you this tonight because it's a special treat to the mothers. And I want them to honor themselves. Sarah did not dishonor herself. Rachel did not dishonor herself. And Hannah did not dishonor herself. They wait patiently until they finally give birth to great men. Right? You understand what I'm saying here? I must tell you, I think it was 2009, thereabout. I went to Rising Star, saw the audition, write up myself, and I can't sing. But I keep telling myself, at Jamaica me there, I like the concept of the talent search that I saw was going on. I remember how I glued to my television set, watching the first couple of Rising Star show. Mr. Mother, I love people feel watch me like this, right? And I go up, I think it was up by Devon House, the audition was. Now when I go there, it's not because I could sing, it's because I wear an unusual felt, right? And when the guy saw the felt, he said, "You can't sing, sir." Me say, "Yes, man, but me can't sing a bit. Me know how to crow, can't sing. But through the felt, when me have on to sell the audition, to sell the product, Rising Star, they have to have something there, and they saw it in the felt. And so, then say, "Come sing a song, man." And I go on stage. That is the first step. I'm a fan of Ronnie Davis, and the song "Won't You Come Home," right? I could have sung the other one on the same rhythm, but I chose to sing "Won't You Come Home." Cannot carry out notes, cannot time the song. I've never been into that situation before. I used to play sound system, but I never ever tried to sing, right? And that is the first time I would have hold a mic. Baby, my sweet baby, I'm longing to hold you in my arms. Won't you come home? Won't you come home, baby? Won't you come home? And I said, "Gee, that sound good. Yes, that sound good. Right? Can you sing another song?" And at the time, I did love Johnny Nash. "I can see clearly now, the rain has gone." And them said, "You have to go and see Anthony Miller, Yes, you have to go and see Anthony Miller. Here is your pass. Right? And I got my pass to the second round. 2009. When I reached to the second round, using a racehorse terms now, I venture up in class. That the type of singing when me do down the song, can't walk up the song, right? To go to the other heights. But it was enough for me, right? Because at least I would be seeing, even the audition was going to show on television, right? That was enough for me, right? Yes. And when I now goes to Anthony Miller, Nadine Sutherland, and Clive Mackenzie were the judge. Anthony Miller Nadine Sutherland, Clive Mackenzie. They were the judges, right? Right? When I started to sing, and catch me felt hot, we ever talk about catch your hot, and when me catch my felt hot and started to sing, baby, my sweet baby, I'm longing to hold you in my arms, won't you come home? Mr. Clive laughed. Mr. Nadine Sutherland round there, so I don't know what to do. Anthony Miller serious like a judge. And Clive said, Tychicus, all me can tell you, that the girl there, she not gonna come home to that the type of singing. Nadine said, and she did with laugh. I don't know what to say, Anthony. And the big Anthony come up now. You're boring. You're very boring. Even the flies on the wall are much more entertaining than you. Right? What did Anthony say? Or did you hear me? He said, you're boring. You're very boring. Even the flies on the wall are much more entertaining than you. Yes. And I never thought of it. Because I didn't even heard all the things he said because I was in the auditorium. But when the show was aired and I listened back to what Anthony said, it chipped one of my virus nerves. I said, what Anthony said? What Anthony Miller really said? And I was just about to get mad. Right? Until when I go downtown in the market district. And every single soul fingers were on me. Mr. Rotted, a star me ton. Look here. A star me ton. Everybody, see man there. Anthony Miller was nowhere around. But I were around. I have to face the fire. I am the star. From there on, I am a superstar in this country. From that 2009, when Anthony Miller said that remark to me. And what it does, it propels me to write my first song. I was so upset. I was so vexed. Remember, I couldn't read and write, But me try and help myself. Right? And, me could have did, but through security work, me could have did it. Help myself. So, I take up my pen and say, me I get back to the Anthony Miller here. And in a song, me must write a song. I must write a song. Me must tell Anthony Miller my mind that I'm a coward, never too long left country. No, me left country in the 70s, so a long time in the diocese. Right? But never brave enough. Right? So, me take up my pen, and it take me about 2 days to write the song. Mr. Miller, me no pillar fit. No, I use back. Let me start it good. I use back what Anthony Miller said to me as an intro for the song. I use, you're boring. You're very boring. Even the flies on the wall are much more entertaining than you. Right? Then I started to write. Mr. Miller, me no pillar for you sleep on. I mean, no fancy you lean pan. You dep on the TV at this man. Mr. Miller, watch what you said on your program. Mr. Me enter your stage, we go sing song. Me never expect you for this man. Mr. Miller, Tai Chico speak in a London, in a New York, even in a Japan. I didn't finish with Mr. Miller. I said, Mr. Miller, while you find me boring, Mr. The girls them find me adoring. Mr. Miller, answer my question. Am I too old to be scoring? Mr. Miller, me no pillar for you sleep on. I mean, no fancy you lean on. Right? That's the first song I ever penned. And I never recorded that song. But I do it and some of my performance. I remember I did it at a Tasties concert performance and I got lots of forward for that song. And there was a prominent producer at the time who wanted me to record the song and I wouldn't. Right? Because I did not want the animosity between me and anyone calling people's name in the songs and all of that, and I wouldn't record this song. Up till this day, I don't record that song. You know? But I wrote that song, still remember every words of it. Right? Right? Don't record it. So that's where my popularity started to rise. I even said to him in the song, me take the positive out of your negative. Me not gonna make your mouth make me can't live, right? you know, I'm gonna tell him some other things. Then about, I think it was last year, I did a video congratulating Anthony Miller for the key to my success for being a star in this country, right? And I let him know that video is now on YouTube, right? Right? And I have nothing. As a matter of fact, I lauded you, Mr. Miller, right, for the bad comments. And I saw Aladdin on TV. Last night, and I could remember the warm time Aladdin had with Anthony Miller, right? Right, and Aladdin strike back with My Time to Shine, which was a big hit by Aladdin, right? And sometimes I wonder, what did Anthony say? But there's nothing for him to say. He must be proud of what he has done, because his style is his critique style is to get the best out of people. That's all Anthony doing. Anthony wants to see the best out of you, right? He doesn't settle for mediocrity, right? He's gonna tell you the truth, right? And that's what I love about him, right? Right? But when you are probably so egoistic and listening to others and not yourself, you will hear what people say, this the man, this you. But they don't see that a build the man build you too. Right? Right? But because they do not know how to take the positive out of the negative. Aladdin knew do that successfully, right? Right? I did that successfully, right? I don't make their bad critiques hold me down. Any name you call me, me answer. Tita Bling, me answer. I got some name, Anthony Donkey, me answer. Any name where you call me, me answer it. Me name is Reginald Samuel Martin. Uno can't change that. That is already registered, and me take on the name Tai Chicos. Right? 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 Uno can't change that. Me nature, me language. Uno can't change that. Me quality, me ambition, me integrity. You can't change that. So you can call me any name that you want to call me. Right? Any name you want to call me. I make your days bright, I don't make them dull. Right? Right? And I wrote positive song. Right? like Joy Drops, Watch the Fire, and the one that I will play next.
Suck it, suck it.
This one.
Seems like a laugh and gone by the bypass. That she got tell about. Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when you're singing at the dance, you know go dance with the girl in my way. On the front, on the front, on the front, up on the front, on the front, on the front. You know why that the bump on the rump. Just give me that the clump on the front. You got the bump on the rump, on the suit with the dump. That give me that the clump on the front. For the bump on your rump, on the suit with the dump. That give me that the clump on the front. That already done, but love already come. And then the style when you bring round the drum. That already done, love already come. So you can't shut it up, I just send it up. Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when we're singing at the dance, we now go dance with the girl in my way. To do this a dance of it, drop that the man make me move for me. Put it on the squad, hear me and sing. When through me dance and I wet up me lip. Move the ground and the feet and the dip. You knock higher and the feet and the slip. Put it on it, so when you well quick. Catch it as a taste, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. We dey have to carry them and do the put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Dance all time, so I do the put it on it. Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when you're singing at the dance, you know go dance with the girl in my place. Jamaican girl, them a put it on it. London girl, them a put it on it. New York girl, them a put it on it. Tell the Chinese girl, them a put it on it. Trinidad girl, them a put it on it. Jamaican girl, them a put it on it. Firehouse girl, them a put it on it. Tell the African queen, them a put it on it.
Get attracted to me hip, not gonna use me lip. Body full of action, physically fit. Attracted to me hip, not gonna use me lip. Body full of action,
physically fit.
Long time and you not see me at the dance.
But now I feel that dancing spirit in me.
That's Putipani. That's another dance. Now Putipani comes about when almost every dancehall artist singing about the bumper. None of them singing about the front. RDX was raging, Charlie Black, and all of those Beanie Man. Everybody left the front to sing about and a sing about round the back. Right? Right? And I would have never joined them. Right? Them the dirty style where you bring for Saddam, that me I tell him. The dirty style where you bring for Saddam, Dagger done, Bolova ring come. Them the dirty style where you bring for Saddam. Yes, Saddam style they bring in. Everything, back, 100 stop, back. So the music gone wild, gone mad. Right? Nothing on the front. Right? So that's why I have to ask them in the intro, right? Uno last, uno gone, I bypass, uno gone pan, uno last. Yeah? Everybody round the back. Bend over, back way. I mean here one of them the pan. In there, and I can't talk which hole him in there. Right? Me say, what the hell is this? Right? And I have to go and I said, no, I can't take this. On the last? 1 2 front. I'm going for the bypass.
Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when you see me at the dance, we now go dance with the girl them back way. On the front, 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 on the front. Me no want that the bump on your rump. Just give me that the clump on the front. Because the bump on your rump only suit with the dump, girl. Give me that the clump on the front. Because the bump on your rump only suit with the dump, girl. Give me that the clump on the front. Daggering done, lovering come. Then the dirty style when you bring back Saddam. Daggering done, lovering come. Say you can't shut me up, cause I just send me come. Long time I you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when you see me at the dance, we now go dance with the girl them back way. To do this a dance have been drop at the rhythm, make me move for me hip. High school beer me a sing. I'm smiling girls and wet up me lip. Google gone and him teach them the dip. Ding dang there and I teach them the skip. Catch the sound when you well kick. Catch us a teach them to put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. See the hot girl them a do the put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Put it on it, put it on it, put it on it. Dance up fans them a do the put it on it. Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when you see me at the dance, we now go dance with the girl them back way. Jamaican girl them a put it on it. London girl them a put it on it. New York girl them a put it on it. Then Chinese girl them a put it on it. Trinidad girl them a put it on it. Jamaican girl them a put it on it. Firehouse girl them a put it on it. Then the African queen them a put it on it. Put it to me hip, now go use the lip. Body for the action, physically fit. Put it to me hip, now go use the lip. Body for the action, physically fit. Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now I feel that dancing spirit in me. So mark my word, and when you see me at the dance, we now go dance with the girl them back way. Gathering done, lovering come. Them the dirty style when you black and Saddam. Gathering done, lovering come. Can't shut me up, cause you know me no dumb. Gathering done, lovering come. Them the dirty style when you black and Saddam. Gathering done, lovering come. Say you can't shut me up, cause I just send me come. Long time and you're not singing at the dance, but now
It was all going back way. All the songs were singing about round the back. None was singing around the front. And I realized it was promoting a certain lifestyle. And see, here comes. Here's the fruit of those days. The back way syndrome takes over in Jamaica. Right? That people don't dance front way anymore. People don't mate front way anymore. It's all about back. And see now, the result we are getting a backward society. Right? It gone so backward that you have female referring to her female sister or friend, brother. You have people saying fully done. Yeah. You have people that chop off people's head, and as police call their names, they walk our station and confess. Backward society. Right? That's how it were trending from those days. And I saw it and I said, what is? And thank God I lived to see the end product of it. A backward society. Government drop fertilizer and raise water. raise minimum wage, and before them get the minimum wage, the bus fare are going to raise. Backward society. That's where the thing reach. Right? Yeah. Right? If your song now sing about killing people, you don't get a hit. If you're not war like certain artists, your song don't play. The media don't highlight you. Backward society. And I remember about in one of those years when we do have the Riverton City fire after fire after fire. JUTC buses, fire after fire. It was a huge fire blazing for days at Jack's Hill, and not only in Jamaica, in Australia and all over New York, these bushfires were. And I've got the inspiration from the Most High to write the next song that I'm going to feature right now. Right? Right? You know?
I'm so in love. The boy was attention again. Brilliant, hot on fire. But
this is the song.
watch your fire, watch your fire. I watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Say the body ever really like wire. I watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Tell a man, cause I tell a man time. Say the place ever hot like fire. The prophet didn't tell him long time. They speak the words, son of a keep quiet. Riverton landfill catch a fire, and the Jack's Hill flames reach higher. Chichi bus them a burn up in a fire. Up from the top to the chassis to the tire. Make the call to me brother only tire. God sanity I want to require. Never send them some powerful prayer. Like that.
Not only that Riverton City, Jack's Hill, and those bushfires were raging at the time when I wrote this song, but it comes in a time also when, as it is now, crime and violence were at its peak in this country, and people were literally afraid to even walk the street, right? On they are now in opposition. It was under their administration at the time, you know, and crime and violence. People just did not know what to do. People were literally afraid. Advisory after advisory coming from Canada, New York, and you know, Jamaica is. I think it was about that time we were the #1 murder capital in the world. You know, you know. So the fire was hot. Police weren't getting paid, so they just laid back, and all sort of atrocity been going on in this country. The fire was really hot, so I penned that song. Yeah, you know, the tensions were really high.
Hot fire, but watch your fire, watch your fire. I watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Say the body ever really like wire. I watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Tell a Marcus, I tell him long time. Say the place ever hot like fire. The prophet did not tell him long time. They speak the words son of other keep quiet. Riverton landfill catch a fire, and the jack still flames reach higher. Chichi bus them a burn up in a fire, up from the top to the chest to the tire. Make me call to me brother Obadiah, cause sanity I what they require. Never send them some powerful prayer, like Daniel and the one in fire. Policeman and woman say they can't pass right. Now try to them down, now right me them by. Them the little thing where the tongue spend like. So the crime rate up like a guide. In every corner that you may walk, you see a group of people at talk. Them a talk about the cost of living. Them a talk about the robbing and killing. So the rocks in a broad daylight, and them kill in the middle of the night. Crime and something you to fight. It's a man try and get the crime thing right. Watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Oh, watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Say them body ever real like wire. Oh, watch your fire, watch your fire, watch your fire. Say the rain now fall and the breeze just a blow and the time getting hotter and hot. Say the crops now grow and that look the nose and the food now go in at the pot. And the high pressure ridge and the lower jet stream, that's why this a time is so hot. Come when the sun comes down and the place get hot, say the earth is like a melting pot. That she had the real watchman, a second on the little right hand. Got the mix and the musical done. Turn a fire for the wicked Babylon. Hezekiah, Nehemiah, Zechariah, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Zephaniah. Sanctification time for the land. Purification time, black man. Hotter fire for the land. Set up yourself, black man. Join in everyone. Let me fulfill the master's plan. What a fire, what a fire, what a fire. What a fire, what a fire, what a fire. Set everybody ever real like wire. What a fire, what a fire, what a fire. What a fire, what a fire, what a fire. What a fire, what a fire, what a fire. Set everybody ever real like wire. Burn a fire on the wicked and the liar. Fire, fire. Burn them, burn them, burn them. Flames, hot, hot. Burn you know.
Yes, that was Watch the Fire, right? And like I said before, when all of these things been happening in the country, and we started to get nervous, everyone started to get nervous, advisory after advisory coming from overseas. Downtown Kingston, Montego Bay, a dangerous place, Spanish Town. Spanish Town was running red hot. August Town, all of those places were red hot on fire, right? And that's the time I got the inspiration to wrote that song. That one get fair amount of airplay. Hits 92 used to play that one, but not very much. Radio station took on those positive songs at the time, because the back it up songs were dominating the place, so those were too cultural. Then after that, I settled down and I saw what was going to become. I started to foresight things like the Big C, right, and that these destructive men in high places were planning, and as a result of that, we have seen where the Big C had surfaced, and many other diseases, Labourian disease has been surfacing, to destroy our nation. So the other song, the next song that I will be playing, and I think it's the final one I'll be featuring tonight. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yes. When all of this was going on, I realized what religion is. And I realized that it is religion causing so much pain right around the world. You know, having the people them a move like them a drunkie, like just like how opium and crack junk you. It coming like as a religion junk the people them. So I couldn't have done much better than what I have done with this song. Just be patient as I cue up the next song that I'll be featuring.
Attention! I tell you again. Feelings. Hearts of fire. Burn. From here. From here. I'm sorry. The more fools.
This is the song. Let's get the intro again.
The more wise people in the world is the safer the world is to live. The more fools and the more danger it possesses. Touch it, tell about it. Religion is like opium, so me use wisdom. I pray to Jah and the wisdom come, now I'm having fun. And now that the wisdom finally come, I ain't gonna tear for my brothers down using guns and bombs. Using guns and bombs. Let us all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. Make we do the things right. In a Jah side. Let us all unite now. Fight the Gideon fight. Let us do it right. In a Jah side. All over the world in a group they met. They want to catch an Indian net. With Jah by my side I will not fret. Till I see nothing yet. Like the side and the sea, them I set them wet. They want to see I and I man dead. So them place see them burdens, pump in the head. In a Babylon it tread. Let us all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. We're gonna do the things right. In a Jah side. Let us all unite now. We're real Kushite. We're gonna do the things right. In a Jah side. Because the lockdown thing but too why so many youths the rich and screw. Bleach them skin and I put on tattoo. Them I know them I own. If you black you see your back and if you white is alright. If you brown stick around like a circus clown. Listen to me lyrics when I listen to me sound. Listen to the vibe that you're throwing down. We teach them about Henry Mark and Chris. And those who are the fishing of the pirate dish. Mr. Young, Mr. Wong and the one Mr. Lee. Nothing up, Gavian His Majesty. You cut down the trees and you damage the breed. You damage the breed when you kill out the seed. You never take heed and you thump on the weed. Now the weed gonna lead. Good this comes from the Almighty. So go away with your penitentiary. Couldn't it be a university that teaches roots and reality? Let us all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. Never do the things right. In a Jah side. Let us all unite now. Johnny Gideon fight. We're real Kushites. We're real Israelites.
Now, that's a song that comes to me. I got the inspiration when I saw what is happening around the world and the level of bleaching that was taking place among our youth, who they did not want to know themselves, right? They want to be somebody else. So I'm telling them that Timbuktu is because they invaded Timbuktu that used to teach is the roots and the reality. They manipulate the scholars of Timbuktu and just for this new teaching that they have now. That's why they started to bleach themselves, because they really don't know who they are, right? You know, because religion, it was the voice, the medium that were used to send out all these indoctrination and to the people, and sending out a damaging message to the people. There are other parts of the song in it, and the guy, the herb, you know, the United Kingdom at the time promised to give us a gift, and that gift were a prison. And I think I still heard them mumbling and grumbling about that prison that the government of the United Kingdom promised to build for Jamaica. So I'm questioning them, why couldn't it be a university? Why couldn't it be a university? You know, that would provide you know, more education, right, for the younger generation, so that they can grow up not to now parading with rifles on social media in front of a camera, right? You know, to make them more educated. Now, first time when one have a gun, they hide it under their bed. These people now carry it in front on the camera, right? Knowing that it is illegal, you know. So the opium, the religious garbage, indoctrination, it takes over. So I said, the more wise people in the world, the safer the world is to live. The more fools, the more danger it possesses. Religion is like opium, some use wisdom. Now I'm having fun. And spiritual stay so. Let us all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. Let we do the things right in a Jaja side. Let us all unite now. Fight the Gideon fight. Let us do it right in a Jaja side. So what? Over the world in a group they met. They want to catch I in their net. With the job by my side I will not fret. Till I see nothing yet. Like the spider, me see them, I set them web. They want to see I and I man dead. So the place see them birds pump in the head. Let us all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. We're gonna do the things right in a Jaja side. Let us all unite now. We're real Kushite. We're gonna do the things right in a Jaja side. Because the lockdown Timbuktu, why so many youths the rinse and screw. Bleach some skin and I put on tattoo. Them I know them a ooh. If you're black you say you're back and if you're white is alright. If you're brown stick around like a circus clown. Listen to me lyrics when I listen to me sound. Listen to
young Mr. Wong and the one Mr. Lee. Nothing of Gavian His Majesty. You cut down the trees and you damage the breed. You damage the breed when you kill out the seed. You never take heed and you turn from the weed. Now the weed gonna lead. Good gifts comes from the Almighty. So go away with your penitentiary. Couldn't it be a university that teaches roots and reality? Let us all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. Never do the things right in a Jaja sight. Let us all unite now. Join the Gideon fight. We're real Kushites. We're real Israelites. You can't fool me, cause you never school me. Say you can't school me, so you can't rule me. Mr. Babylon man, never mash down your plan. And I know I say you're wrong. Let me sing to me song. Religion is like opium, so me choose wisdom. I pray to God and the wisdom come. Now I'm having fun. And now that the wisdom finally come, I ain't gonna care if me brothers down with the segregation.
I think that's it. Where the features of my compositions are concerned. I think there's a few more there, but I will leave those until another time. But I wanted just to say, though, you may hear me said, you teach them about Henry, Mark, and Chris. That is Marco Polo, Henry Morgan, and Christopher Columbus. Right? Now, you ask Jamaicans about all these international guys, Anthony Fauci, and all of those, you can name the prominent names, Elon and all of those. And they can tell you something about them. But they knew nothing, very little about Marcus Mosiah Garvey. They knew nothing, very little about their own. But we were taught that Henry Morgan, the pirate, was a great man. We were taught that Christopher Columbus discovered Jamaica. And we thought how wonderful Marco Polo used to be. Until we grow to know for ourselves the operations of those men, but those are the things, those are the ones they riveted into us. You teach us about Henry, Mark, and Chris, and those are the fish in the pirate dish. Mr. Young, Mr. Wang, and the one Mr. Lee, nothing of Gavian His Majesty. You cut down the trees and you damage the breed. You damage the breed when you kill out the seed. You never take heed and you turn on the weed. Now the weed gonna lead. Good gifts comes from the Almighty, so go away with your penitentiary. Couldn't it be a university that teaches roots and reality? So let us all unite and stop the fuss and fight. And we are going to do the things right in a Jaja sight. I think I should play the last one after that. I think I should play this one. I think I should really got this one.
Composition, transcription, dictation,
This is the one.
False education, mislead the nation.
This one I'm teaching.
They never comprehend what the king had said. So they thought it was the fish and the bread. He never did a talk about the thousand that him fed. But the education you take in your head. Be careful of the yeast of the Pharisees. Careful of the teaching of the Sadducees. Be careful of the yeast of the Pharisees. Be careful of the teachings of the Sadducees. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. We not want the devil's philosophy. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. We not want the devil's philosophy. Out of many they say we are one, but teaching like that deceive the nation. It's out of one many nations from. That's how that you know if the teaching is wrong. Deceiving the world with the false religion and the backward brand of education. Sending the world in a confusion. book, and me know you will see it from the time I created. Me know them a cheat. Give it to me Bible, the Maccabee. Me want to me Bible, the Maccabee. Give it to me Bible, the Maccabee. Let me turn them the pages for you to see. See the elders and the Tobit and the Judith and the wisdom of the songs of Solomon. When me Esther and me Susan and me Sirach and the songs of the three young men. Never comprehend what the king said, so they thought it was the fish and the bread. He never did a talk about the thousand that he fed, but the education that you're taking on your head. Be careful of the yeast of the Pharisees. Be careful of the teaching of the Sadducees. Be careful of the yeast of the Pharisees. Be careful of the teachings of the Pharisees. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Me no want with the devil's philosophy. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Me no want with the devil's philosophy. Out of many they say we are one. Teaching like that, deceive the nation. It's out of one, many nations wrong. That's how that you know if the teaching is wrong. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Me no want with the devil's philosophy. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Me no want with the devil's philosophy. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Let me end this world controversy. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty. Give me back the teachings of His Majesty.
Yes, the name of that one is Teaching. And remember, these songs are all on the major platforms. You can go and search for them. Spinning It, Teaching, Joy Drops, Watch Your Fire, Water Fire. That's the name of that one. You know, Joy Drops, Water Fire, Teachings, Wisdom, Putipani. Yeah. Yes, they're all there on all your major platforms. Yes. So it is the Mother's Night, and we start this Mother's Day feature from 11 o'clock last night. We took a break in the 3 o'clock hours this morning, and then started back at 7, and we took a break at 3 o'clock in the evening again, and we started back at 8:30. Right? That's about it for the Mother's Day feature for 2023. Come about, I got my status for TikTok so I can go live. Last year Mother's Day, yes, with the 2 video. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers of the world. And if you know you're a mother, stop your pum pum and said blessings. And if you want to be a mother, activate your pum pum 12 o'clock tonight. And those 2 videos go viral last year, Mother's Day. And it gave me this platform. So I said I would do a feature on Mother's Day to show my appreciation for those that send those 2 video viral last year. So I could meet the threshold of going live. We give thanks for all things. We give thanks for the mothers. We give thanks for health and strength. It is now 10 minutes after 11 o'clock. And at this time I want to take time out to wish all the mothers and all who is just about to be a mother, they are in the process of being a mother. I want to say happy Mother's Day to you, and we are looking forward to see you next year with your baby boy or your baby girl in your hand. Right? It's time for me now to get some rest. So I will do so, and said, may the fullness of the Almighty blesses you from the crown of your head unto the sole of your feet. I'm out.